Guess what time it is?
Unpacking all the shit that you bought in the vending room. Probably won't take me that long because I didn't get that much. Uh, as I've said before, Monsterama vending room was, or Monsterama in general is a little small. Uh, and so was the vending room. It was bigger than last year, but not as big as the fucking huge conventions that I typically do. Horror Hound, Texas Frightmare, places like that, where there's not enough money in the world. Monsterama, I actually walked away with money still in my pocket. Unprecedented. Never happened before. I walked away with $40 surplus money. Doesn't happen, ever. But, with that being said, some of the vendors left early. There was definitely one purchase that I didn't get to make because I was negotiating with the vendor for a Sideshow Toys Frankenstein loose figure. He wanted 25, and I told him I wasn't paying that much. And it wasn't actually his to sell. Somebody was selling it for somebody else, so he was going to text message that man and see if he would take 15, which is what I offered. And just a display piece, because those, if you know the big ones, the 12-inch Sideshow Universal figures, about as cool as it gets. That whole fucking series, and they're like $1 zillion new in the box. And I have none of them, but I just wanted a display piece just because they're so detailed and cool. So I was supposed to go back later and see if he accepted my $15 offer, and I forgot for a little while. And then when I remembered, I went back, and the table, not only was the vendor not there, but the table was completely empty. Everything gone. Huge stacks of shit that he had on his table. And that was on Saturday. Just, I don't know if like a UFO abducted him or what. There were vendors leaving that were very unhappy with the turnout and the amount of money that they were making. So I'll assume that that is what happened. And he decided to go home a day and a half early. So I didn't get that. I didn't get it. I have regrets about it. Now I wish I had stuck around and waited for his friend to answer his text message, because I really wanted that figure to put up. Maybe next to my Shogun Godzilla up there. That I have to keep showing because I love it. So yeah, I walked with money. Surplus. We're going to unpack the con bag. That's what I'm looking at when I do this. And you see the top of my hat? That's me looking at my con bag. Con suitcase, I should say. I did get some stuffs. Some cool stuffs. It was a diverse vending room, but mainly old school collectibles like, 50s and 60s. And, reissues of stuff from that period. No movies. Not really. No movie table. There's always a bootleg table. There's always a movie table. Sometimes a movie stop, which is fucking cool. The local movie stop will come in and just bring all their horror sci-fi shit. Love that. Because every movie stop is different. And they always have cool shit for used stuff that's kind of cheap. But no movies. It's too bad about that. No VHS. No Laserdiscs. No CDs. No Betamax. Now that I'm talking it out, maybe the vending room wasn't that good. But I'll show you the stuff that I got. And I'm going to keep showing you the top of my hat as I do it. Ha! Come on. We're going to start pulling stuff out now. Alright. This is some cool shit that I got from my my new friend Clay. I don't know his last name. Just Clay. We'll call him Clay. He had probably the coolest table. Just a bunch of stuff, man. From 8mm films, old action figures, some really expensive stuff, high-end, high-test. But these were not. Anybody that knows me knows that I collect movie adaptation paperbacks because they're fucking awesome, and you'd be stupid not to. But usually I get them for like a quarter, 50 cents at thrift stores. Sometimes I'll pay up a little bit if I see them. These were $2 each, which is crazy cheap for a con. I got that one, See No Evil, Mia Farrow. I have that on DVD. Oh yeah. Phase 4. Watch. Beware the ants, my friends. Beware the ants. I saw this movie when I was a kid on like a afternoon matinee or something. And it's one of those movies that remained lost until the invention of the internet, when I was able to track it down, finally. And recently just watched it, because it wasn't really available. I think it's available on VHS, and I think just recently came out on DVD. But not exactly easy to get, but just super cool. It's got that bleak 70s ending where, like, you want to fucking shoot yourself. And there's a lost ending, too. Not lost, but an alternate ending. That's cool. Olive Films is actually releasing this on Blu-ray soon. And if they don't continue, if they don't start sending me movies to review, they can fucking shit in their head. I'm not going to buy it. Because they're not sending me movies, and they used to. Keeping the theme going. Ants! Empire of the Ants. Pretty cool old movie starring Joan Collins and directed by Burt Gordon. And probably the funniest story that I ever heard a director tell ever. In an interview, Burt Gordon said that Joan Collins didn't want to get into the water with the ants. Or just get into the water in general. I think it was cold and the water was filthy and she was being a prima donna. So Burt Gordon went over to the cameraman and said, I want you to film Joan Collins, and as she moves, keep the camera on her. And the cameraman didn't know, was confused, didn't know what was going on, and Burt Gordon just said, do what I'm telling you to do. So the cameraman agreed. He focused the camera on Joan Collins, and Burt Gordon walked up behind Joan Collins and shoved her into the water. And the cameraman followed that footage. So that is the scene you see in the movie with Joan Collins in the water. I believe she falls off the boat into the water, and there's ants in there. But he just shoved her in. And to this day, he laughs about it and says, I don't give a shit, because you know why? I got the shot. And that is just old school director cool. Not a bunch of homos all sitting around singing Kumbaya and telling each other that they love each other. That's old school filmmaking, people. And that's why the movies are better than they are now.
Not vending room, but I'll show these quick. The only thing that I got signed are my Reanimator comics by the cover artist Francisco Francavilla, who was about as fucking nice and cool as anybody could be, and a super horror fan, like big time. Not one of those dudes that just is doing it for the cash. He's the real deal. Super knowledgeable. There's his little autograph. He ended up leaving early as well, but I tracked him down at his panel that he was doing and asked him if he would sign like right after he got done, and I was like, I know you're in a hurry, you know, if you could just sign number 1 for me, that would be cool. And he was like, no, I'll sign all of them. Awesome dude, because he didn't have to, and he was in a hurry to catch a plane. There's number 1. There's his autograph. Super wicked awesome. Alright, so inside the con suitcase, I have a bunch of unsigned stuff from the Fury, because John Ferris was MIA. I don't know where he was. I can't tell you. I still have not seen anybody say anything online about him not being there. I don't know if he was there and left early. I brought 2 things for him to sign, and got none of them signed. Here's a t-shirt. Old school mask ad recreated into a t-shirt. I love those kind of designs. Very simple, very geeky, all me. Same style, this one with the Lagoon Monster. We know who he's really supposed to be, but they didn't want to say it outright because then they'd have to pay Universal. Oh, this is killer. I spent a huge part of my childhood, my dorky ass childhood, in libraries, reading stuff, not educational things, bad stuff that your parents didn't want you to read. It would rot your brain, they would say, and they would shake their fist in the air. Like this. You're gonna rot your brain! Stuff like that. And I didn't care, I just kept reading them. I would go right to the entertainment section, and I would pull out books like this. This beauty. And I would read them. And look at the pictures. I mean, look at this cover art. This book in particular I read as a kid in the library, and it's just cool as hell. It's mostly pictures. It's for the kids, but a little history. Nice, Karloff. A little history of horror films. It's in decent shape. I've always wanted this particular book. It was $20. I may have overpaid, and I don't care. Because there wasn't a lot there, and I knew... I mean, just look at this. Look. You open the book just to that. Look at that. I wish I could be all cool and say I know exactly what movie this is from. But I'm not sure. I'm thinking it might be House of Wax, but I'm not positive. Could be a zillion different movies. But, yeah. Super happy I got that. I love it. I love it a lot. What else? this is neat. I went to Texas Frightmare in May, and there was a vendor selling these. It was the same vendor. And I passed on the opportunity. They were only $6. And I was like, it's only $6, I should get it. The problem was, I had to fucking try to pack that somehow. It's 16 by 20. It wasn't going to fit in anything. I would have had to carry it on. And I already had a carry-on. So, I passed on it. And, thank fucking Satan. Sometimes life's pretty cool. You go to Monsterama, the same vendor's there. And he's still got a huge stack of them because nobody cares except for me and Mike John. And some weirdo that sells vitamins. That's an inside joke, everybody. You don't get it, but Mike John will. So I bought it, $6. I drove up, no problems. It's a velvet picture, and it comes with markers. I probably will not open it because I'm like that. But if I did open it, I wouldn't use any of those markers. I would get shades of gray, and I would do it all in black and gray like the original movie, because the original movie is what I love the most. The original Gojira, in Japanese with English subtitles. Does not get any better than that. So yeah, that's cool, man. Super cool. I'm not going to turn that down. Alright, these are an example of how desperate the vendors were. Hold on, let me get them both out. Here we go. These are, they're Universal figures. 12-inch. Made by Hasbro, the Hasbro Signature Series. They came out with, why is that so blurry? Oh my god, I might be passing out. Do you see how blurry that looks? Oh, there we go. It's Periscope sucking a big cock. That's what that was. Yeah, so I've always wanted these. These figures are fucking cool because they come in their own display case. You don't have to do fucking shit. There's no urge at all to open them because you can just put them on a shelf as is and enjoy them. I missed out on the opportunity to get them when they were first out, and I kind of regretted it. But I'm a huge Mummy fan. Probably my favorite Universal character. Unpopular opinion, I know, but I don't care. You like what you like. And this is Son of Dracula. That's Lon Chaney Jr. with the Dracula pimp mustache. It might be the only time Dracula had a pimp stash. Pretty sure. Oh yeah, so the guy wanted $50 for the pair. I didn't really want pimp stash Dracula, to be honest with you. I just wanted the mummy. And I told him that. And I asked him if he would break up the set, and he said no. So I said, well, I'm not really into pimp stash Dracula, but I want the mummy really bad. Can you come down a little? And he said he would do 40 for both. And I said I would think about it. And then later on I was talking to somebody, and the same vendor came back by and he said, there's Pimp Stash Lon Chaney Jr. Look how pimpy. That's a sexy man. So yeah, I was talking to somebody, and the same vendor came by and said, come by my table when you're done, and and we can do some further negotiations. So I came back and he said he'd do both for $35, and I said, done. I'll take them both for 35. That would be stupid not to. But I really just wanted the mummy. Pimp Stash Dracula's pretty cool, though. They are awesome. Now I gotta get all of them and display them proudly. That is it. That was quick, right? As I'm looking around, trying to think, is that all I bought? I got a $14 cheeseburger at the convention restaurant. And, I got a ginger ale out of the vending machine. And I think that might be everything I bought. Like I said, I had $40 left over, and I'm a complete fucking fiend. That never happens. Yes, I bought $7 cherry sour, or fruit sours from the hotel restaurant. They were $7. Now, well, that is a fucking ripoff. They are the best sour candies I've ever had in my life. Like, they actually taste like fruit, like, all the way through. But $7, I don't know. Unless you're gonna, like, display them on a shelf or something. What other cons do? I've done just about all of them. No, not really. I've done a lot of them. Started out with Spooky Empire when it first started in Fort Lauderdale. And then, we graduated to, like, did Spooky Empire for years. Then we graduated up to Horror Hound Cincinnati and Texas Frightmare twice, Horror Hound Indy, Days of the Dead Atlanta, Days of the Dead Indy, I don't do spooky anymore for various reasons, but it's a spectacle. I mean, they get the same guests every year, and they're mostly focused on the pool party, so they're not really targeted toward me. While I do like to party, I like the other stuff too. They get the same vendors every year. It's always exact, like, I could walk into their vending room and pretty much map it out by memory. I don't like that. I like variety. And they, if you do the major ones, like kind of Texas Frightmare is kind of the trend-setting con, and Horror Hound, because they both think outside the box. They do weird reunions, and they mix it up, and then Spooky just copies them like maybe a year or two later. So by the time Spooky's doing their stuff, it's already been done, and I've already seen it. So, I don't do them anymore, and I'm glad you don't either, because fuck him. The guy that runs it's a fucking cocksmoker anyway. Everybody knows that. Man. I want a poster. Do Texas Frightmare. Yeah. For real. It's fucking HorrorCon Disneyland. It's crowded, but yeah. They usually get like the serious screeners of movies that don't have distribution deals yet, but like sometimes they end up in theaters, and they're the real deal. I won a poster while I was drunk at the party, and because I was so fucking liquored up, I put it under my arm. I kept it under my arm the whole night.
like, I don't know, like this. Do you see this? This is what I was doing with it. And you know, when you're numb with Jim Beam, like a whole bunch of it in you, you don't realize how much pressure you're putting on the thing. So I looked at it at the end of the night, and it's all fucking creased up and flattened. I should have just put it down. It was stupid of me. A dude just came around, the guy that was emceeing the party. He just came around and handed this to me. There was a raffle going on with all kinds of cool shit. Let me flip you the fucking... There it is. And, it's a Dracula Has Risen from the Grave poster. Yeah. Right? I can hear your adrenaline. Super killer. I mean, it's not a super high quality or super gigantic. It's not an original poster or anything. But I didn't need to crush it. And I don't know if you can see the crush lines from my armpit sweat. Probably smells like Jim Beam from the sweat in my armpit. But yeah, put some creases in it. Kind of bummed about it. Some dude said I can try to iron it. And oh, yes, you're right, it does. There's not anything that's bad about any of that. I have no confidence that ironing that will take out the creases. I would say 1% chance it takes out the crease, and 99% chance that it just fucking destroys it into a burnt pile of unrecognizable garbage. So I am going to try it, because what do I got to lose? Either way, it's fucked. I wish I had more to show you. I'd show you my balls, but I'm not drunk. I don't do that when I'm sober. That's it. I have some stuff, like I said. I got stuff here, it's good advice. I'll try that. Thank you. Stuff here that I did not get signed by John Ferris. Because, he wasn't there. I don't think. You ever go to a convention and, you're having such a fucking good time, and, like, it's so chaotic and crazy, and then, like, you wake up fucking Monday morning, and you're like, where the fuck was this person? Like, did you see him or her? Like, where the fuck were they? That's kind of what happened with John Ferris, except for it was Sunday, and I realized that, like, I didn't get anything signed that I brought. So I went to his table, and it said that it had his name on it, and said that he was supposed to be there, I guess. Yeah, maybe he bailed. I mean, there was a lot of disappointed people. Like, I know one celebrity that he made no money, like zero money. No one paid for an autograph all day Saturday, and he was just giving them away to kids and shit because he had nothing better to do. And he did not come in on Sunday. He took the day off. Probably watched football or something. Yeah, he was desperate, man. Little kids were coming up to him, and he's like, "Oh, just sign. Here you go." He's a ghost hunter guy. But we hung out and talked to him forever. He was a super fucking cool guy. Nice. Asked him about all the fucking fakery that goes on in reality TV and all the bullshit. Fuck. Like I said, I'm writing a review for the con tomorrow. I have to be honest, I still don't know if I'm going to give it a good review. I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, thank you. I'll follow you back. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna give it a good review or not. I just don't know. Sometimes I don't know until I start writing the review. And I'll start listing points, and it'll sway me either way. Happens with movies too. I'll start writing a review, and I'll think like, I'm going to give this a bad review. And then as I start like working it out in my head, I'm like, you know what? That movie does not deserve a good review. It was pretty good. And I'll completely change my mind. I'm schizophrenic like that. Whatever. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know. You'll find out tomorrow if you read the review. Kinda liked parts about it. Cool. Yeah. You know how to reach me. There's parts I liked about it. And there's parts that really sucked. Yeah, I only review horror, sci-fi stuff anyway. I'll do horror porn. Hardcore fuck action. Not really, but I'll watch it. I'll watch it a lot. Yeah, there was parts I'm kind of 50-50. I have to decide whether I will go back. That is the ultimate question with my con reviews. Will I go back? Thumbs up or a thumbs down? And I'm undecided right now. I'm going to have to really do some hard thinking, some soul searching, and try to figure out if I will. Disco Exorcist. Somebody sent me a copy of that. Is it porn? I regret I did not review it. I think I still have it. I might have it up here somewhere. If you're looking for porn, that movie is just straight hardcore porn. Don't be fooled. They sell it on Amazon, but it's a XXX movie. Actually, it just came out today. You can buy it on Amazon, but it's hardcore sex, and it's not a good movie. It's not good as a movie or a porn because it's over 2 hours long. And it's too long for porn, and there's not enough hardcore action to justify its 2 hours. And there's a lot of nonsense in between. So it's not good as a... I hope it goes to Walmart. I hope they fool Walmart and they put it up on their shelves. Because they're Puritan assholes. Well, this was really just what I got in my vending room, in the vending room there. And I'm sorry that I didn't buy more. I wish I could have. I wish I had more to show you on every level. But I don't. I can show you what my buddy Mike John got me. This fucking crazy prick. Nice meeting you too. Stop back by. My buddy Mike John there. And this crazy prick just brings this stuff. He's like, yeah, I don't really want this. I thought maybe you'd want it. And I don't have a beta player, which I do, sorta. And he got this in Japan. Japanese Betamax. Mechagodzilla. He just gave it to me. He's like, yeah, you can buy me some drinks. And I'm like, how many fucking drinks do I have to buy this guy? Because this is like, I have no idea what this is worth, but it's got to be worth a lot. Comes in like kind of it's like a hard shell, but soft case at the same time. And obviously Toho video. But, so yeah, he's like, yeah, I thought you might want that. And I'm like, yeah, what am I, fucking stupid? And he's like,
Yeah, how about this big wizard big box? You can have that too. I don't want it. He didn't like the movie. So he just brought it and he's like, yeah, we can, you can buy me a beer. That's like fucking $25, $30. As well as this. Also Wizard Big Box. Oasis of the Zombies. He didn't care for the movie, so he brought it to give it to me or trade. So, probably the coolest things I got, and I didn't even get them in the vending room. Fuck. Awesome. Thanks, Mike John. I got some awesome stuff I'm sending you, too. Some really rare, weird comedies and stuff that I know you'll like. I did get him drunk, I think, sufficiently. Enough where he shouldn't have been driving. And I'm going to send him some cool fucking horror comedies and just weird, rare fucking shit that's going to blow his mind. And some crappy trauma stuff too, but he likes that. He ate paint chips as a child. You know what I'm saying. Don't blame him. So that's it. That's definitely it, plus some stuff that I didn't buy in the vending room. I don't know when my next Periscope will be, because I'm not going to a con till fucking after... Next con, I believe, was going to be Horror Hound Cincinnati in March. So I'm going to have to think up some weird shit to do in between to get back and do some of these Periscopes. Because, I know all 2 people that are watching this are going to miss me. And I'll miss them. And so will Godzilla. With his prematurely ejaculated fist. Okay, until next time. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye now. Bye. Bye-bye.